Good afternoon, my lawn garden friends. Welcome back to the MoTime channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you through the 4 easy steps to professionally and properly do a hedge reduction on your hedge at home. Let's go. Video is a garden related video. Do a lot of lawn mowing, so I thought we are due for a garden video. So I thought I'd take you through the process and steps I do to doing a reduction, either on height or width, either one, or depth, or whatever you want to call it, depending where the hedge is situated. But yeah, we're at my Murraya hedge at my own property here, and it has over time gone past the edging line along here. It's just come out too far, so it was time to push it back. Now, this is commonly from just the plant keeps growing and you keep hedging it, but you're not cutting it hard enough, just so obviously you're maintaining leaf on the plant so it still looks nice, which is fine. But once a year, you at least need to push it right back where it is meant to be originally and stay between, whether that is a hedge that's running alongside a driveway and it's now overgrown the side of the driveway, or whether it's like this and it's overgrown over the side of the retaining wall here. So yeah, so this was well due to do ages ago, but I've just been too busy with work, and now it's the weekend. It was my opportunity to do it, so I thought I'll just take you guys through the steps I do in either a reduction on a hedge, whether, like I said, on the side or on top coming down. Either way, these steps I use for doing both. First of all is I get my hedge trimmer, which you'll see in the background there. I get that and obviously cut back as hard as I can on the hedge, obviously for what the hedger can handle. Don't push the hedger past too thickness of a branch like here, or when you get down to the lower stems, that's just too thick for a hedger, especially if your hedger's not sharp. You're just doing your hedger no justice, and it'll just keep jamming up, or you'll just be stuffing up your motor and over exhausting it, etc. So I only cut back what the hedger can handle. So that's step 1, cut it right back with your hedger. Step 2 is what I like to do is go through, hang on, I'll just get him out here. Whoop. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera and do both. Step 2 is I like to get my secateurs, and now I go along, and unfortunately hedges won't give a super clean cut. They're just not designed to do that. They're spinning at high RPM, so they just hack in and chop in to the tree. So what I like to do, as you can see here, they don't give a clean cut. So what I do now is go back through along and I cut with really sharp secateurs. Again, you can go through with loppers or whatever's the appropriate tool for the thickness of the branch. But yeah, I go through and make sure all these ones with an awful cut like this get a clean cut. And I'll show you, like so. All right guys, all done now with the trimming of the branches. And as you can see, these ones are way neater with their cuts. So yeah, it won't be all of them, it'll just be the thicker ones that the hedger might have struggled more to get through. Your smaller little ones like up here probably won't need to be cut because they'll be clean cut from the hedger. Like I mentioned, just these thicker ones down here might need your clean cut. So yeah, that's all done now. Step 3, I then, particularly with Murrayas, this is something you really want to do when you are doing a hard cut back on a Murraya. Murrayas are prone to getting a lot of deadwood, and more so too on the inside of the hedge, where obviously the sunlight doesn't get to. When you've got a thick, lush hedge on the outside, all those leaves look great on the outside and to look at, but they are completely shading the inner side of the hedge. So inside there, you'll get a lot of deadwood, not just from lack of photosynthesis. You'll also get deadwood from borers, which are a common problem with Murrayas and many other plants as well. Borers are basically that. They bore into the trunk of the plant and they bore through it, and then they kill, from that point upwards on the plant. Very common thing, borers. So you can see a borer has been into this one because you can see that hole through there. That's a borer, and that's what they'll do. And you can see they've done it where is it? Down here as well, there. And then when a borer's done their thing, it'll just break off just like that. Sorry, I'll get the light out there. There you go. That's it there. So that's what borers do. Really common in Murrayas and other plants. They literally bore through the plant, killing the trunk. But regardless if it's borers, you will or not, you will still have dead bits in there that you need to break off. I'll find a bit for you. Look, there's a bit right in front of me. Right here. So you'll see that. I'll just pull it and it'll snap off. So these are the bits that you want to clear out as well. So yeah. There's a big bit there already, and I'll pull that out, and there you go. There's a dead bit there, and generally you'll start to notice other bits, and they can clear these out. Now, it's really good to do this as well with any hedges that are quite tall, because you'd be very surprised how much light will be let through once you start to clear this dead wood out. So yeah, step 3 is going through the plant and pulling out all the dead wood. I'll just quickly show you what I mean, and you know, you'll be quite surprised how much dead wood you can pull out of a Murraya hedge when you trim it back and start making your way through. It is time consuming and it is picky, but make sure you do it and do it right. We also want to get that dead wood out of there because it also just is much better health for the plant. You know, less stalks, you know, stems, etc. for the plants to have to worry about getting nutrients to, etc. So you're just basically clearing out the dead so it can thrive better. All right, guys, I've just finished deadwooding this, as you would have seen. Now, I guarantee you I would go back through it and there's probably still more that I haven't got out. Make sure you go back and forth a few times because I guarantee you wouldn't have got all the deadwood out. It sort of hides in there and it's very hard to sort of tell which one's dead. But if you're unsure, grab the branch, wriggle it. They will snap off pretty easy and you'll straight away know they're dead and need to be removed. Obviously, if you try and snap a bit and it's not looking like it's snapped, it's not dead. Don't keep trying to snap it. Just leave it there, sort of thing. So yeah, cleared the dead wood out of here now, and you can kind of probably see as I was going along in that time lapse how much more light is coming through my front fence. Now, I'll just also talk about why I haven't trimmed the top. This side of my hedge gets a lot of sun, so I'm not concerned about not enough light coming through the top of the hedge to the lower area. It is a good idea to do the top as well, obviously, because the sun is above us. So it makes sense to trim the top too to allow sunlight through to the base of the hedge. But my hedge is east facing. And it does get a lot of sun through the middle of the day towards the afternoon, plenty on this side. So I'm not doing the top today, but just to note, depending where your hedge sits with sunlight, you might need to cut the top and give that a good trim as well to allow sunlight through to these lower sections, especially if your hedge is really thick on top and absolutely bare through the bottom here. Then yeah, that's you know, a good idea, a good chance to trim that top off, get the sunlight through and try and encourage growth in these lower areas. But as you would have probably seen in a hedge trimming video I did like ages back here, you can go back on the channel and see it, or I'll just leave the link up in the description here. You can go check that out. You'll see my hedges are nice and thick here, so I'm not worried about it not coming back at all or growing thicker down to this bottom section. So yeah, so deadwood is done. Again, like I said, make sure you go through thoroughly, and just FYI, if you haven't done it before, you will get pretty scratched up. Oh, don't know if you can see that. You get pretty scratched up arms. So either wear long sleeves, or I'm just used to it, I don't really care. You know, you will get pretty scratched up. So just be wary of that, or wear gloves or whatever suits your purpose. So that's pretty much it. The last bit to do, as I mentioned, is the liquid fertilizer. Now I will mention that it is a great opportunity to actually put some slow release fertilizer down here at the base of the plants. Obviously, when the hedge is quite thick, you can't plow through it to get to the base of the hedge to, you know, put some fertilizer around the base of the hedge, mix into the soil, and that now with, you know, when the hedge is at full, because you'll leave holes in it, it'll look ugly, etc., etc. So when you've got it cut back like this, it is a great opportunity to get some slow release fertilizer, some plant food, and get it down around the plant, you know, while you got access before it grows thick back out. Plus you're giving your plant some slow release fertilizer and some good food and nutrients that it needs to, again, thrive forward and thicken up nicely. So yeah, just a tip too, if you got it, get some soil release fertilizer and put it in, but also apply your liquid fertilizer as well. So that's the fourth step there, just applying liquid fertilizer. Now again, I'm just using Seaweed Secrets. I'll be putting that down. So I've just got an old hose on bottle. I'll leave the link in the description down below for this from Plant Doctor. But yeah, it'll be down in the description. You can jump on their website and grab some of that, a good liquid feed. Yeah, so that's it. So pretty much just get a hose on pack bottle, or if your hedge isn't that big, just use a watering can and give it all a good drenching in liquid fertilizer just to give it a kick. And as I mentioned earlier, I'll probably do it again in a week's time just to give it another kick along. And you've already got that slow release fert down too, so that'll start to break down and start to give the plant a feed with some food as well. All right guys, going to wrap the video up there. I hope that was some helpful tips for you guys to do your own now successful hedge reduction. If you have any further questions, please put them in the comments below. But yeah, hopefully these tips helped you out to bringing through a lush and thorough, lovely looking hedge at your property or a client's property you look after. But yeah, thanks for joining me today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like any of the videos that you see on the channel, including this one. It really helps the channel out and I really appreciate it. So yeah, anyway, it is the end of a Saturday afternoon here. I'm about to lose light, so I'm glad I finished the video up right in time before the sun goes down. But anyway, hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you legends in the next video.